Ignite, sparked by BBB, where conversations are taking place to change the future.
Welcome back, everyone, to BBB Sharing. I'm Evie, Director of Ignite, sparked by BBB. We are here in the Ignite podcast studio once again. It is another beautiful day outside. Thank goodness summer is right around the corner. And my guest today is bringing in some extra sunshine. You rode in on your bike today.
I did.
Brian, tell me about your business, the name of your business. I have a little bit of an idea what you do, but you have the whole studio to yourself.
So my name is Brian Mosier. Started a business called Accelerate Upward. You can find the website accelerateupward.com. We are an outsourced IT project management company. We do end-to-end project work, everything from planning to final delivery. We build PMOs for organizations that want to bring that process back internally, guide them through starting that up. And then we also do strategic business planning as well. One thing that we can do is we can come in and when projects start to go bad, figure that out, get them turned around, get them, I don't want to say profitable, but as close to meeting, because if it's already behind for some reason, get it as close to meeting those deliverables as possible. Sometimes we can get it back on the positive side.
That's wonderful. So when the world of IT, people tend to put it under one massive umbrella.
Oh my goodness, no. No.
So tell me specifically, what is an idea of a project that you guys would work on, and then specifically helping a consumer reach those deliverables? Because at the end of the day, when someone needs help with something, when it comes to stuff like that, they are trying to profit off of it.
Right.
And they want to make it as effective as possible. So how do you and your team go about that? What is an idea of a project that you guys would work on?
Oh, that's great. So there's actually two big initiatives going on right now. So Microsoft is killing off Windows 10 this year in October. And so there's companies, that if they did this with the 7 to 10 change, and now they've got all this infrastructure that they need to do something with. They need to get either upgraded. So it's time for it to go. And so we can take that big one and done as a lift and shift off the internal team. That way they can focus on delivering their regular mission, because that will tax the team. The other big initiative going on that is available now is you hear AI everywhere. So I've seen people take EHR records and just copy and paste and say, hey, summarize this for this patient, and you can't do that. So we are able to come in and do AI consulting, strategic planning, responsible use. How are you leveraging this thing to get ahead of it in your business? Because everyone else is using it. And so how are you reusing it responsibly and able to maximize the value off of it?
I think that's wonderful. We're actually having a lot of discussions because we are the Better Business Bureau. So we have to keep up with a lot of that technology because we vet everything. We vet complaints, we vet reviews, we vet companies and businesses. So one of the things that we've had to learn as a team is how to use AI effectively, because we want to make sure that we're getting our work done. AI helps with that, but it's also can be a problem sometimes.
Right. So one of the things that you can actually get into trouble with is, when you go past using it as an augmentation tool and you're like, I got to get this thing to produce correct results. And this is where it's not really going to replace people. And this is just your large language model, your generative AI tools, your ChatGPT, your Claude, Gemini, Copilot, things like that. They're very effective tools, but you can't just have it. You have to have some sort of human interaction in there to vet it, to make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do. You can't just take it for its word. And so there's a line that you cross that if you keep going past the so many iterations of, all right, I gotta have the AI do this perfectly for me, that you become less efficient trying to get it perfect out of there than using your own expertise to augment into it.
One of the things that I've been doing, because I use it a lot for work. But one of the things that I do is I remind myself every day that, like you said, it is a tool. So whatever it outputs to me or whatever the outcome is, I try to add my own element to it. I'll give you an example. Like I made a report today about a summary of how our events went last week and how we can make them better in the future. It obviously spit out what I asked it to, but at the same time, I added in my own things that I wanted to add in. Like, hey, I think we need to focus on better video quality and making sure that we're using the resources that we have in this way and putting in those details. So I love that you guys do that because so many companies need AI. It's a wonderful tool. It's an effective tool, but a lot of people don't know how to use it.
Right, right. And from the project management side, one thing that I've learned is when you document your prompts, how you're engineering these prompts, which tool you used. You know, was it Gemini? Was it ChatGPT? What you put into it, which version it is. ChatGPT just unleashed. Just came out with, it might as well be unleashed.
Basically.
It can be like an untamed animal. So they just came out with 4.1 instead of 4.0. So, you know, it's a short transition between the newest versions. So what version you're on, what your prompt was, what your output was, you know, just a simple Excel spreadsheet. This way you can duplicate it in your work. You can send it to your team. You can have them have a process that works. And so coming from the project management side of it, you got to document everything.
Yeah.
But just to, you know, that's one thing that people won't use. And like a department won't use it. Well, if you found that this thing is giving you great results, then, you know, document how you got those results so you can share it with your team.
What are some things that you guys focus on? Because you do training for teaching people how to use these different tools. Because I remember when I worked for a big food company, we were learning how to use Salesforce. Everybody hated it because Salesforce it is a customizable platform that helps you do customer research management effectively, but it can also be absolute chaos.
It can. And so there's situations like that if we're going to do like for example, like a nonprofit CRM rollout for like their donor management program. So we're going to come in, we're going to ask all the right questions for everybody involved, and we're going to pull in appropriate experts. It's not just going to be, you know, one person guessing at everything. We're going to get the experts in place to come in and nail the results. We also work on realistic timelines. Like you're not going to say, "Hey, we need this, you know, perfected in 2 weeks. We're starting right now." You know, we can't do that.
Right.
We can, under extreme situations, for example, if something got compromised, you know, whatever, we can absolutely get you switched over. But, you know, we got to have realistic timelines, and we, you know, sometimes things like that, realistic budgets, realistic timelines, can be a difficult conversation. That's one thing that we don't shy away from the difficult conversation. We don't sugarcoat it.
And trial and error too. I'm sure there's a lot of that, of having to like, okay, so this didn't work, but let's do it this way. I think this will work better.
Well, sometimes. So that's where we pull in appropriate subject experts on the planning of a project. We try to have everything as thorough from the start, so that way we're not going back to the customer saying, "Hey, we forgot this. This is going to be more money." That's not a good business practice. That's not a good look. That's something we have to stay away from 100%. So we pull in the appropriate planning from the start. We have thorough communication, no communication silos. So everyone who's involved knows everything that's going on from the start to the finish. Proper planning from the start. We don't gold plate projects. Like we're not going to throw in these little extras for free.
No hidden fees and stuff like
No
that.
hidden fees either. So like what the gold plating would do is, you know, say like you have a newer PM or a newer tech that, you know, they kind of want to prove themselves, or, you know, everyone wants to do a good job. And so they want, you know, it's a new customer. Or, you know, they're excited about what they're doing. So they're like, "Hey, if I give you the extra mile, you know, I'll just slip this in." We don't do that because we plan for those things and bake them into the project plans from the start. This way that value is there for the customer
I'm sure
throughout
it
the
helps you
project.
guys be able to teach them how to use what you help them do.
Yes. So so when that when we do a large initiative, for example, like a CRM replacement, so we're going to actually become product experts on it. We're going to bring them in, and this way we can train the trainers. There's also times that the individual end users set up little breakout sessions or so. But we're going to train the people to bring the value that you're intending to get from the
Perfect.
project.
That's wonderful. What are some things, if you were to list off to a customer, I am the perfect company to come to if you need this, this, and this? What are some things that you would list off to them right off the bat?
So IT projects that, you can't get them under budget. You've historically told your department, hey, this is gonna cost us $2,000, and $5,000 later, you're like, I don't know where it went wrong. So we can go in and find out, where the discrepancies lie, what happened.
Okay.
We can do that as a postmortem. We can do that going forward. We've got this big project, we've got this big initiative coming up. Also, we're able to plug in for strategic planning. Look, you take like a nonprofit they got this big grant, and they got to use it on something judiciously. So we're able to plug in and do strategic planning. Hey, these things will get you here for 3 years. These things will get you here for 7 years. And let's find out where the better business value is.
Perfect. So how can people get in contact with you?
We have a contact page on the website, accelerateupward.com.
Perfect. Everyone that is watching, please make sure to follow us on BBB Central VA YouTube channel. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Do not forget to hit that notification bell. It's going to notify you every time we post. And make sure to follow us on BBB Sharing Spotify. Brian, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. Thank you.
I had a
Enjoyed
wonderful
it.
time learning about what you do. It's truly amazing, and you're a wonderful help to people out there. So I really hope people get in contact with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ignite, sparked by BBB, where conversations are taking place to change the future.